What do we know about love? Well, I know that I know a lot about love because of the beautiful woman I'm sitting beside right now and the life that we've had together for 32 years. Having to put up with me is something that she has been very gracious and very patient, and has taught me a whole lot about those two qualities just by living with her.
Well, definitely, I feel like marriage does teach you about the grace and forgiveness in love. I really love the thought of the goodness of God in all of His ways, to be gentle with us, to never leave us, and to stay through the good and the bad, which is like marriage. And so that's really beautiful to me. But basically, for me, love is the foundation of everything, because God is love. Mm-hmm. And everything past that, love is the source for all the other aspects of my faith, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's the wellspring of life that never runs dry. And so it's continually refreshed and refilled. And the more I let God love me and feel His love, the more I have to give other people freely. And so I love that cycle.
I watched my dad be a complete servant with my mom. He'd do anything for her, and that was modeled. And so I try to live that same, show that same love to my wife and my children, and hopefully I do. I know also, though, that our kids taught us love, just really what love is. Having children is a totally different thing. They do things that you wish they wouldn't, and you just love them with all your heart anyway. A lot of learning about love to me comes from having children and living with them, working with them, trying to teach them the good things about God and about what's important in life. That has taught me a lot about love too. And our mothers, both, amazing examples. And I could speak as much about her mom as my own. But the moms really teach you sacrifice. And I think that is such a big part of the love you give to your kids. I watch my mom just give and give and give and give. And it's just really a moving thing to watch somebody give of themselves and of their time and their resources to other people, just because they love them, outside of the family. And you can speak to your mom if you'd like. Her mom is just as amazing woman.
She took us to church always, and talked to us about God always kind of by herself. And now as a mom, I realize what that meant, because being a single mom in that aspect of her life must have been very difficult, and she never slowed down about it. It was sweet.
I think I've always known that God loves me in general, but really understanding that, no, I don't think I've always known that. I think probably when I was younger especially, there was more of what my thought was more of what I was doing or not doing or doing wrong, maybe earned me love. But as I've gotten older, and it seemingly every year as I get older, the relationship that I have with God, and that's the difference from when I was young. I've been a believer and a Christian since I was 12 years old. But really knowing God and walking with God and trying to have a relationship with God, every year I draw closer and closer to Him and rely more and more on that relationship than I did when I was younger. Allison and I started, 10 or 12 years ago, having morning Bible study and prayer time. And it is just so important to me, to our relationship with each other, to our relationship with God. I know mine, and I just feel that He's there when I'm doing that. That morning time is just so precious to me.
I have a hard time feeling God's love when I'm going through something pretty traumatic. I do have to come back around to what I know to be truth, because my feelings are not, I can feel distant from Him or that He's left me, and I know He hasn't. But just for a bit, I can go through a dark season or time like that where I have trouble feeling it. So I remind myself of truths from the Bible and from loved ones around me that are wise. I'll talk to someone that can shed wisdom on it. I know when I was younger, I had trouble feeling God's love when I was not walking in His ways. And of course, God has ways of showing you so that you can get back on the right path, which I love and appreciate, that He disciplines us, even though it hurts, because I always come back around to knowing that He is chasing me. He's pursuing me. I can be unlovable, and of course other people can be unlovable. And I have tried to see other people. I'm sure a lot of people do this, imagine them the way God sees them. They are His children. They are His creation. And I try to imagine, understand them the way He would, listen to them the way He would, see them the way He would. And it's amazing how much differently I am able to love when I do that.
I think to be able to love each other well, or to the best of your ability, you definitely have to understand the love that God has for you. And I think that the love that God has for you makes it just knowing that He loves us like He does, I think of all the flaws I have, and it doesn't matter to Him. And because He loves me like that, He loved me enough to send His Son, then that does make me, I think knowing that helps me to love other people better by far than I would if I did not know that. If I did not know His love, I don't think I could love people as well. We're reading a book right now called Gentle and Lowly that's about Jesus. And it's an amazing book. And one of the parts that we just read, John 6, and it's really verses 32 through 40, where Jesus is saying, I'm the bread of life, and anyone who comes to me will not hunger, will not thirst. But it focused in on verse 37 that talks about all who come to me, I will never cast out. And just to know that just coming to Him with everything you have. You don't have anything to offer Him. You have so many things that maybe are not right, and it doesn't matter. You come to Him, He will not cast you out. He will never cast you out. And that, to me, is just the ultimate unconditional love that anybody could have. And it helps me to see past other people's flaws and love them better, I hope. That's what I hope that I do. But I love that verse and the way it was taken apart like that.
A song that I really love that reminds me of God's love is The Goodness of God. That's just one of my favorites. And the words, all my life, you have been faithful. All my life, you have been so, so good. Whether I really could see it at the time or not, I know that He was there. I know that He has been there while we've been raising our children. Sometimes you wait years on God to answer, but He's working on it. He's there. And if I have been able to stay faithful and wait on His love all my life, it's so sweet when you see the answer. It's so powerful. But that song, that's one of my favorites.
To think that people think of us as people who are loving is very humbling. I understand they think that of Allison. To me, it's very obvious that she's very loving. People who think that of me is a little less easy for me to believe or accept or whatever you want to, however you want to put that. I mean, I hope I'm loving. I hope I give that out.
You do.
It is a very humbling and just the sweetest thing. And I'm thankful that somebody thinks that.
So am I.
Yeah.
Because it's a gift to be loved by God. We don't deserve it. We didn't earn it. And so giving it freely to each other is now, you can understand why God intends for us to love the way He loves. And this time of year especially, it's sweet to think about the gift of Jesus, the gift of love.